So your wrist is on the smaller side, like me, 6.75 inches, which is 17.5 centimeters. You want a skin diver, but you want a brand with history. Well, look no further. Aquastar is here, and they got a ton of history. I'm not sure if you get this book when you buy the watch. You know what? I will confirm that and maybe pin a comment or put it in the description. But this is very cool. But should you buy the DEEPSTAR 2? I don't know. We're gonna have to dive in and find out right now. Introducing the all-new Aquastar DEEPSTAR 2, a modern tribute to the iconic 1960s DEEPSTAR. And I gotta say, this watch looks stylish and it kinda has a unique flair. The original DEEPSTAR released in 1965, and it was one of the first 100-meter dive watch chronographs. And you know what? It even had star power. The DEEPSTAR was worn by none other than Jacques Cousteau himself. Talk about a cool piece of history. The DEEPSTAR featured a patented decompression bezel and the signature mono subdial. That solo subdial has pretty much become synonymous with the Aquastar brand. When you see a diver and it has one subdial, you instantly recognize it as an Aquastar. Now fast forward to today. The DEEPSTAR 2 stays true to the iconic look, but with a little bit of a twist. They removed the chronograph function, and the mono subdial, instead of counting the minutes, now serves as the running seconds. The removal of the chronograph allowed the DEEPSTAR to maintain its traditional look, but in a smaller, more compact size. The case, as you can see, is the classic vintage skin diver design, and it's fully brushed. This case was used by dozens, even more, companies back in the 60s, and I absolutely love the look. Now moving up to the sloped coin edge bezel, it has a mirror polish finish, and what's unique about it is it has a successive dive non-decompression calculator. The bezel is based on the French Navy dive tables. So you would need to reference the French Navy dive tables in order to calculate your surface intervals accurately. While I appreciate the history and unique design of the decompression bezel, I think a standard 60-minute dive bezel would have been a choice that many enthusiasts would have preferred. But let's check out how it feels and sounds. The bezel has a ceramic bearing and a nice, quiet click. It is bidirectional because you don't use it while diving, and overall, it's not going to blow you away, but it's not bad either. Now let's do those dimensions. I got 37.1 millimeters in diameter, a secret measurement of 28.5, that's the sapphire, and I got a thickness of 13.5, including that domed sapphire crystal, and we got no drill lugs and a lug-to-lug of 47.3. Now the size is interesting. We got a really small secret measurement that shrinks the watch visually on the wrist. But the healthy sized lugs combined with that long lug-to-lug reach makes it wear larger. So while I'm torn here, I'm going to say it wears more like a small 38mm watch. But you guys be the judge on the faraway shots and let me know how it wears. Okay, let's talk about a misstep from Aquastar, because Aquastar has the same parent company as Tropic Straps, the original vintage dive strap. And even on their website, their advertisement photos, they're on a Tropic. So wouldn't it make sense to ship one on a Tropic? I mean, it's a perfect fit. Anyways, mine came on a NATO strap, but there is an optional beads of rice bracelet. But I would skip the bracelet, go with the NATO because you save $200 and that money could be used to buy the official Tropic straps. Now we're going to pile on a little bit. Last time we reviewed an Aquastar, it was the Model 60, and I did have some complaints about the crown. This time, however, on the DEEPSTAR 2, it operates a lot better, but it still has the same underlining issue. When you unscrew the crown does not pop out easily. You have to then turn it in the opposite direction to get it to pop. I've seen this on pretty much every Oris watch, but it's a little bit more pronounced on the Aquastar. If you're a longtime sub, you know I'm picky about crowns. They gotta be perfect. Otherwise, the crown is solid, highly polished, and it does have the Aquastar logo. The screw-down crown has a clutch system, and it helps give the DEEPSTAR 2 200 meters of water resistance. Let's take a quick look at the caseback. It features a unique pattern for opening up the watch, and I'm guessing that's a proprietary tool. I haven't seen it before. Leave a comment if you have. Now, this watch has a high double dome sapphire, and it's got 3 layers of anti-reflective coating on the underside, which offers up a clear view of that gorgeous deep blue sunray dial. And I love the offset logo and DEEPSTAR branding. And would you take a look at those unique hour markers at 12, 3, and 6? It looks to be a 2-piece, and they are huge. There is lume painted in between, and it creates such an interesting look. The hands are simple, high polished with a capped pinion, which is a nice touch. The hour hand has a distinct vintage Aquastar handset. You know what? It reminds me of a cricket bat. Now we're gonna take a look at the lume. There's no lume on the running seconds, and the strength is just okay, because remember, this is creamy light radium superluminova. Okay, now on to the movement. On the Aquastar website, it says high-grade Swiss-made mechanical, but which is it? Well, I found out. It's the Sellita SW290. It's basically a small seconds hand version of the SW200. But this one has 31 joules and has a 28.8 VPH smooth sweep with 38 hours of power reserve. The DEEPSTAR is a beautiful, compact, stylish watch with a unique vibe. And I think Aquastar has done a good job of setting itself apart from the competition. But right now you're asking, hey, Falling Titan, what's the price? Well, on the NATO, it's $18.90 USD. Now this price, I gotta say, is a bit high. Because when we look in the same family, the Aquastar family, the 60 we reviewed last year is $300 less on a bracelet. And to get the bracelet on the DEEPSTAR, that would be $500 more. The movements are pretty much the same. They're both 200 series Sellitas. So unless I'm missing something, there's definitely a DEEPSTAR heritage tax going on here. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you want to watch more reviews like this one, then please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.